Greetings, family, near and far, far and wide, on planet, off planet, in the planet. You've done that goes already. Your nature's agreeable. Step this way. Disagreeable, step back. Cover now. No time for the foolishness this year, yeah. Come in, my youth.
And yeah, when you have love, anything can manifest for you. Just have gratitude. And yeah, we're back with Ladycrowne, and we don't stay down, we stay up, and we don't chat pop, because it's real talk. Episode 76. Let's tap into this one right here. Greetings to you all, you know. It's a beautiful day. It's cold though. It's cold out here. Trust me. But we've adapted, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Cold shower this morning. Shot the shoot down to me. Trust me. Open up those small capillaries and veins and arteries and get increased blood flow. Trust me, but I ain't telling you no lie. It was Baltic.
Yeah, because we just get ourselves in that cold shower and just deal with it. And you know the benefits that I get after it, because it literally opens up a lymphatic system. And I'm telling you, I'm no longer a victim. No, I'm driving for success. You know what? I became obsessed. And we're no longer stressed. We're stressless. You know?
Talking about
no joke out here. It's about raising your soul, you know, to achieve your goals. But yeah, man. Boy. Yeah.
If you think I lie, we are telling. Go back, go watch the last 2-3 videos.
Just every time
we sit here, the sun shines on the righteous. You better know.
Gosh,
set your intentions. Put it out there. Do good. You know what I'm saying? Have love for self and your fellow men and women out there.
And it will come back. Trust me.
Abundantly.
Trust me. Real life.
Abundantly. Every time we sit here, it's overcast. It's cloudy like up here, you know. And straight away as we start talking.
Boom. Amen Ra, the
Son of the Most High, the righteous. You know, the S-U-N son, not no S-O-N son. No man can't keep you on this planet here. You understand me? No man. The sun.
Yeah.
That celestial body up there. Beautiful. Yo. Beautiful.
Oh, let's talk, because it's on my head right now, yeah? The censorship is crazy out here, you know. A man got banned off TikTok for defending the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer, the famous serial killer out there.
Infamous.
The infamous. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. It just shows you the craziness out here that you can get banned for defending victims of serial killers. But that's what it is out here, you know. You have to be aware that it's time to really transition to the decentralized platforms such as Rumble, such as BitChute. Yeah. You know what, I will say this, because whoever can anger you can control you, not me. I gained that emotional strength and that mental strength. Shouts to YouTube as well, because the reason why I'm saying this is because it's not about hating. It's about promoting what you love, like my mentor likes to say out there. So yeah, my shouts to YouTube, because there's a lot of information on YouTube that's reached the worldwide masses to help them, you know, awaken to what's really going on. So it's not just about, you know, blaming somebody, because every time, just like Ladycrowne likes to say, every time you point the finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back. So you always have self-reflection, but just realize that you have to navigate yourself properly in order to get the right information out here. So yeah, man, big ups to you out there, man. That's the censorship that's going on nowadays. It's crazy out here. We're on the 3rd channel now, and luckily we have the 2nd channel linked to Rumble, so a lot of the videos are still out there on the Rumble channel for the people that want to go back and tap into the earlier podcasts.
Some serious information.
A lot of information.
And a lot of the things that we were referencing or speaking about, which might have been a lot of, you know, quite alien to some people, have actually come to fruition. You know what I mean? You're experiencing it now. You're actually going through it now. So, you know, you can go back and just sort of like have a look at those videos. But yeah, well, what can we say? I mean, with everything that's happening in the world, you can see that the chaos is here, and they want it that way because then they can bring about their order. But it's for us to use discernment, and if you just know that you're in a full-on movie, you're actually one of the actors in the movie, but guess what? You get to choose
which role you play.
STS.
You like that one, innit?
Took it right, yo.
I'm sharp, you know. Remember I'm sharp?
Took it right
Not
out of me.
majority.
Yo, took it right off of my mouth. That's it. That's what I'm saying. We get to choose which character you're playing.
Trust me.
You've never been given this opportunity before. So as bad as things may well appear, because you've been scripted and told that it's this and it's that and it's dire, always know there's always an opposite to what they're saying. There's always equal, there's always balance. Where there's love, there's hate. Where there's war, there's peace.
Yeah.
Polarity.
Always,
Do you get what I'm saying? Always. Yeah. When people entities are in control of your mainstream media, that's why most people are moving away from there and getting their information from other sources. They really do hold a narrative, but you can see that narrative is breaking down. It's getting to the point where people are not believing, people are not trusting, because that's the nature that we have. STS is one of whereby we're trusting. Yeah. We're very, very trusting, and when you are told things that, especially if you're told something by somebody that you actually look up to,
idolize.
You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
And you would never believe would cause you any harm, then you're gonna kind of go, well, you wouldn't even question it, because by going through this system that we've gone through in terms of the schooling, we don't question. Because I mean, when as a child in school, if you question a teacher who professes to know more than you, who's senior to you because you're calling them sir and miss and whatever else, then for you to question their authority in terms of what they're teaching won't go down too well. A bit like going into a church and standing up and asking the minister halfway through his sermon and start to critique that sermon, they fling your backside out. So all along we've been told not to question. You know what I'm saying? So those questions that we ask as a little child, little picnic, mommy, daddy, why, we lose that. And we just accept, oh, it says in this book, oh, so-and-so said, or my teacher said, or my minister said. Do you get what I'm saying? We lose that critical thinking because it's been taken away. That's what those institutions call schools do to your young ones out there. And trust me, those of you who haven't already transitioned them out of those places where they're now teaching them all kind of slackness to do with binary and God knows what, and teaching them all kind of things that's down to the mother and fathers to teach them, especially when it comes to sex education.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be talking to preschoolers about some of the things where listen, I've listened to some parents that have gone to these PTA meetings in America, and some of the books where they've read a chapter out, I'm saying to myself, surely not, that book can't be in a school. This is with 3 and 5 year olds. If you don't take responsibility for them, somebody will.
What I like to say, connecting with what you were speaking about earlier, is that knowledge is power and wisdom is liberation. So when you've got the information stored within you, you're no longer looking outside of yourself now. You're guiding yourself.
Yep.
You're taking your power back. You know what I mean? So it's so key to really tap into the right knowledge, the right information, because without it, you're done at it.
No, there's no excuse.
You're going to be led by somebody else.
Exactly.
Instead of leading yourself.
We've always been led. Now you don't have any excuse. So anybody sits down there and says, why? Men ain't know that them things what them tell people to come and get because of the thing that was out there going to affect people. Men ain't know say it caused problems. 2 years ago, you could have said that and people would have gone, oh, well, I didn't know. Now, you're lying to yourself because you know it's causing an issue, a big issue. You know what I'm saying? The elephant in the room. And as I'm touching on that, I want to big shout out to Andrew Bridgen, Tory MP, who's been suspended by the Conservative whip. Yeah, suspended him because of some anti-Semitic comment. He never made no such comment, because actually the man that he was speaking with is a Jewish man himself, and he took no offence whatsoever. When you're over the target, if they come for you, they come to destroy your character, they come to take you out physically, and they'll come to discredit you. They'll do anything that they can do. So he's been chucked out of, suspended from the party for some sort of alleged comment that he made. Not true, because you can go and listen to it. I want to applaud that man. I never thought that in my life I would stand up and applaud somebody that represents the Tory party, because guess what? He's not the Tory party. He's a man. He's a living flesh and blood man who, on the balance of evidence, yeah, balance of evidence and information that he now has, he's categorically saying, unfit it needs to cease and desist until we can truly gather the information in and look at exactly what's causing these excess demise of our population. 30,000 extra more than normal in the last 6 months. It's something that's huge. There's a petition that I think I posted it on the Ladycrowne and STS Telegram channel. Click on that, put your moniker on it, as they would say, and let's get this man reinstated. He's without him in there raising these concerns and raising these issues. I mean, when he did the parliamentary debate on the smack scene, yeah, and the you know what, I think there's about 3 or 4 people in there, and one of them, the deputy chair or what you call him, was having a full-on conversation with somebody else, leant over the little sitting where she sits on. Deputy Speaker was leant over something, speaking to somebody else in there, not even paying the slightest bit of attention, and he really quoted facts and figures, especially Dr. Asim Malhotra, who was on the BBC. This is breaking news on mainstream media. Friday, I think it was. And I think I might have posted it on Telegram. And Dr. Malhotra banged it on the toes. And I thought to myself, surely going to pull the plug, but they didn't. And they let him speak because it was about the statins. When people have heart issues, there's one of the drugs that they prescribe. It's a statin.
And because like a stint.
Well, no, it's an actual drug, not a stint.
Okay.
It's called statins, and this is one of the protocols that they use. And he was asked initially about the statins, and he said that in his opinion, if somebody's already had one, then it may well help. But if you've not had one, then to be prescribing it to prevent it really is not the done thing, because these drugs are quite powerful. And he's somehow got onto the increased in cardio, myocarditis and what have you, and literally didn't pull the plug on him. They let him speak. It was fantastic. If I haven't put it on the Ladycrowne channel, Ladycrowne SCS Telegram channel, please just do a little research on it and you'll find it absolutely fantastic. So this breakthrough into mainstream is here. I think it was at 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday or Friday when he actually spoke. So go and see it. And he called for a cessation of these injectables. I don't know what else to call them because they're not.
Bam boogie.
Yeah, the bam boogie. He called for a cessation as well. Top cardiologist in England. Yeah. So it's people saying, "Oh, you've been saying this and you're saying that," but I haven't heard anything on mainstream because some people that's what they get their information from. So you got to know by the time it gets to mainstream, it's been out there 20 years before that. But now they can't hold that ball under the water any longer. The velocity is pushing it up, and that's because men and women are coming together on this planet and saying, this has got to be spoken about. We have to do this. We have to raise awareness, and by doing that, you shine a light. You know what I'm saying? They shine a light on the cockroaches, because that's what these people are. Cockroaches. Come in, my.
Yeah, like I like to say, keep on raising the energy, baby. That's what it's really about here, because your frequency is directly connected with the external power. People like to call it God. People like to call it the Most High, Jah Rastafari. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. It's an external power that we need to connect with always, because that's what's really going to help you manifest. You know what I mean? We're in a matrix where it causes many tricks. So a lot of us, we like to focus on the illusions that create hella confusion. What we should really be focusing on is our own lives, ourselves first and foremost. You know me, I'm big on self because I deal with self every single second, like I like to say. And yeah, man, we need to connect more as well. Connect more with more like-minded people that have got healthy skill sets, that are willing to build up communities, willing to build up families. We need a better family structure, because everything starts from home.
Yes.
You get me, from the household. So if your household's poor, then your mindset's poor. if your household's rich, then your mindset's rich. It starts from there. So we need to get to root cause now instead of doing all this surface level thing. Because like I like to say, SLIC, surface level intellectual communication. A lot of us love to do that, and it doesn't really get us deeper to the root cause. It leaves us shallow, very shallow. You know, just touching your feet, baby. No, you need to dip in. I mean, you need to be a deep diver. And the more that we dive deep, is the more that we can conquer the main thing that's causing a lot of our issues, which is our shadows, which is the darkness of life. Ladycrowne, she speaks about what I would say is the darkness for a lot of people, but for her, it's actually light. The reason why is because she's dealt with it internally, so she's not allowing it to affect her in a way where she's down about it. This is why we're upbeat. We come. I said, can't remember other week that we come with a light energy. We don't come with doom and gloom. Like, oh, the bang boogie. You know what I mean? No, we're not coming. We're not coming here to put you down. We're coming here to give you information that can help you look at things differently. You know what I mean? And make you be aware that, trust me, it's not no joke out here, like I like to say, because a lot of people, they like to joke around, not realizing that you can, trust me, you can get captured out here, in real life. Like, you got to be aware out here that it's not a joke, man. Like, be careful, be careful what you're doing, be careful what you're putting in your body.
Yep.
Be careful who you're following. Trust me, because you want to be following yourself first and foremost, but be careful, you know what I mean? Because this is a matrix, man.
100%.
This is a big time matrix out here.
Don't believe anything that you hear or you see unless you can verify it and validate it for yourself. We had that young man that had that collapse, cardiac arrest, Amar Hamlin, 2 weeks ago now?
That's a Masonic ritual.
Two weeks ago, yeah. And this young man's 24, his heart stopped, and I think it was last week they was releasing images of him in a hospital bed doing the heart shape in front of his face, and he made this miraculous recovery. No mention of whether or not he had to have an operation, there's a bypass, nothing. And this man was going to be discharged after 1 week in hospital. Miraculous recovery. Guess what? Ain't nobody seen the man walk or talk. What you've got is a still image of him. They was also saying that he was, there's a picture of him, supposed picture of him with a fellow colleague, another sports, some NFL player, back at the court 1 week after suffering a cardiac arrest, and you all know what that means, your heart tap. Yeah. Nobody's seen him he's not walked into room. It's not that, because anything that's a miraculous recovery, like, because guess what? Miracles happen. There would be a pantomime to go with that. There'd be some sort of, where they come and they sit down and he's telling you about his experience. Nobody ain't seen a man's lip move. But what they want you to believe is that he didn't check out on that court and that he's still alive because they said so. When you control the narrative, but you got to say to yourself, hang on a second, my man had a flipping cardiac arrest. Yeah, he's young, but what treatment did he have to get him back to the stage where he's been discharged after 1 week?
You know what I'd like to say? Check out the YouTuber out there, Kinfolk. That's his name, isn't it? Yeah. Check out Kinfolk, because he breaks down a lot of the illusions out there in the mainstream. Because a lot of us like to focus on their distractions, and trust me, you lose a lot of your power when you give your power to them. So yeah, man, tap into Kinfolk out there. His channel's actually blowing up now because his videos are really good, and he deals with gematria as well. So he breaks down the numbers, all the numbers. So it gives you a proper, precise, trust me, breakdown of what's really going on. Like, the numbers don't lie, like they like to say out there, especially when it comes to gematria, because you can break down 7 to many ways. I don't know how many ways, but many ways in different videos on how the numbers link up with how this ritual is going to go, how they're going to die, everything like that. Like, the numbers, trust me, the birth dates, the birth years. Like, Kinfolk is a great YouTuber if you're really into this, because I know a lot of people are into the conspiracy theory type, you know what I mean, way of things out there. So that's what a lot of people are attracted to as well. But even that still, it can cause a distraction. But at the same time, if you want to know what's really going on, Kinfolk is a really good YouTuber for you to really tap into. Trust me.
Yeah, he is. It really is.
It breaks it down proper, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had Lisa Marie Presley. She transitioned.
He broke that down.
Yeah,
He broke that down
she
as well.
transitioned. I mean, 54, 5 and 4, 9. You know, what can I say? It's in the numbers.
The numbers, yeah.
You know, then she died suddenly, like a lot of people are dying suddenly these days, and we all kind of have a understanding of why that might be happening. So you know, it's like one thing after the other, one thing, and everything is meant to distract you away from what's really going on. Believe it or not, that's what everything that's happening now in Ukraine and this and that is all to distract you away from what's really happening. And what's really happening is the collapse of the financial system. That's so everything else out there is to take you away from focusing on what was really going to impact on you. Because trust me, Lisa Marie and transitioning, how's it impacting on your life? How's it making your life any different today? It's not. The financial system collapsing, how would that impact on you? Well, a lot of people will be decimated, absolutely decimated. There's an organisation in America, Federal Deposit Insurance Committee. They met in November last year. 3-hour meeting, but a lot of people sort of like dissected it and just showed you, you know, little snippets of what they were saying, and they are literally, well, you'd have to watch it. They were laughing in some points. They were laughing because it's like only on a need to know basis. So like, you know, and people with a good net worth, you know, if they've got, you know, expensive lawyers, they could actually go through their documents or watch this video and then realise what's happening and get themselves out of the situation that's impending. And it was almost like they were, well, it wasn't almost like they were saying that looks like it's going to be worse than 2008, and that was bad. You know, we're talking about bail-ins, you know, but what we won't do is alert the public to what's going to happen, because if we did, then we know it would be all over. Because I mean, 1% of the population got up and said, I'm going to take out every penny that I've got in the bank, the whole system would collapse. The whole banking system would collapse. You know, we've got an agency over here. What's the UK one called? Financial Services Compensation Scheme. That's another one. And that says to you, in the event of there being a crisis and bank failings, your money will be guaranteed up to X amount. I think it's 70,000 or whatever. I think it started off at 75 or 80, and it's sort of like gone down over a period of time. So I think last time I checked it was 75,000. You'd be guaranteed. Now that only guarantees you, and the one in America only guarantees you when, you know, a bank has a failing. But what if we have systematic banks failing? Then it's no longer that. It's I remember some time ago, STS did a video on the force majeure, which is like an act of God, something that happens and all contracts are off, all bets are off.
Yeah.
That's what they refer to as the black swan event. Like, oh, didn't see that happening, didn't see it coming, dog. Everything wipe out. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. So yes, it's guaranteed. If, you know, one bank has a little blip and it fails, then yeah, they'll have enough money to pay on it out. But if every bank fails, then ain't nobody getting nothing, because they have nothing to give you. They will say, oh, it's an act of God. The force majeure, which is what that means. It was unforeseen. Oh, we never saw it coming. You know, they're my plan for it. You know, they, you know, never let a good crisis go to waste. You know what these people are like. So my advice to you yet again, as it always has been, for transition whatever it is you have into something that holds its value. So your dollar, your pound, your yen, your ruble, your dong, whatever it is decreasing in value. You can't buy what you could buy with it last month, last week, or even yesterday. But if you transition it into the tangible assets, then it will hold its value. Look at what gold's doing at the minute, holding its value. It's going to break out. So will silver. So you've got to do something, because these people are not making you aware of what's going to happen. bailing laws were already written back in 2012 after the event with Cyprus. They showed you what happened in Cyprus. They showed you what happened in Greece, and people were here going, "Oh my God! Oh look what's happening over there," because it was over there. Now what happened over there is right on your doorstep. It's going to happen here. How are you prepared for it? Are you aware of it? Are you letting your family, your friends, your neighbors know what's going to happen? It's not going to, oh, it might. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? The information that we put out here on this channel is key, and it's pivotal. It's a mind, body, soul, and in the world, not of the world information. Share it far and wide. Get people to get onto the who's there chatting fartness on WhatsApp. Tell him to take off the WhatsApp and put Telegram on. Yeah, fartness. And just subscribe to the Ladycrowne and STS Telegram channel. The information that's on there, that's been posted by the administrators on there as well, Michelle and Tanya.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah?
Tanya. Yeah,
they are also posting. I'm telling you, no, we ain't putting up their things. We don't post fartness. It's real talk, real information here and now that can actually help you and help your family and friends prepare for what's going to happen. It's inevitable. There's nothing that can stop it. Trust me. Because the more they print, the more the currency is devalued. And then when you get inflation and you get hyperinflation, just go back and look at Weimar Republic, look at Venezuela quite recently, and then you'll say, kiss me now. Yeah, that's hyperinflation. That's when everything's gone to hell in the handbasket. And the only people that can survive or will survive are those who have something that's tangible in their hand, that's holding its value, that you could exchange for, I don't know, something for eat. You know what I'm saying? Something for yam. Because we all see the prices in the shops, supermarkets going for the roof. Can't buy head, can't buy this. People, it's time for us to stand up as kings and queens once again, to realize that crown chakra. Yeah, your crowning glory, crowning moment when you came into this world. Your crown was taken from you, but guess what you can do? Like the heavyweight boxer who gets his belt taken away from him, and go back and in practice and in practice and in spar and in spar and in go back and in do a claim back what was his. That's what we got to do. Take back your crown. We're kings, we're queens, and as such, our progeny are princes and princesses. You get what I'm saying? Elevate, not just all my kids. Can't Uncle go out to have kids. And if you're a goat, then your offspring are kids. Start calling your progeny them, your son and your daughter, all my kids. You see how they've confounded the language and got us speaking? Because, you know, the goat is a sign of their Baphomet. That's their symbol that they use. And then we call who we come from with kids. You got sons and you got daughters. You know what I'm saying? Rename them. You can even change the name by default. Give my name with them proud of. Turn up with them chest out and them shoulder back. You get what I'm saying? Because it's got meaning. Where there's meaning, there's life. You know? Some letters pushed together and something will sound nice, but it not have no meaning. Come on. It's time for us to take it all back. And the opportunity is here. Now, this is an amazing time to be alive on this planet. I'm not kidding you. Regardless of what you might be thinking and feeling out there, it's an amazing time, because whatever you see that's happening, that's like, oh my God, I can't this, I can't this. Yo, know that in the opposite, the exact opposite is working alongside it. It's just that you're not seeing it. You get what I'm saying? Because you're focusing on is what's being pushed at you. You have to bat it where. Bat that way. Yeah. Flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come in, Mario.
Yeah, and also a key way to really connect with the universe and self is to align your chakras. You know, get back out in nature, especially with your progenies. You know, start aligning your chakras, start grounding yourself, and also a purification of your body. You know, your body is the unconscious mind, so it's so key to just cleanse your body. You know what I mean? Cleanse your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals. But yeah, man, aligning your chakras is something that a lot of people are not doing because they're not aware. Like I said earlier, It's all about having the knowledge. Because I've got this knowledge about self, I'm able to deal with self. And a key way to gain self mastery, yeah, is to live it. You know what I mean? Because I'm really living this. I'm not just speaking. It's like I like to say, it's only 5% what I'm speaking right now. The 95% is what I'm tapping into all the time, taking action all the way through the day. This is why I love spirits. Me personally, I love spirits that are proactive. I can really connect with those spirits. And I hope that you're connecting with those type of spirits as well, because that's what's really going to help you on this journey, you know, connecting with like-minded people, heart-minded people, you know, that are dealing with their heart chakra, all the chakras, baby. Trust me, it's not no joke out here. But yeah, man, big ups to all of you out there. I just like to give you this message right now, because it's all coming off my thought patterns right now. I hope you keep on loving yourself wholeheartedly, and I hope that you keep on reading the signs from the divine and watching your every single step, because this is what I really do. You know what I mean? When I speak about tapping in every single second, I'm talking about making sure that you're guiding yourself to your higher self. You know what I mean? All the time, listening to that inner voice that's telling you, you know what? Make sure you do this, that tarot. You get me? That will help you on your journey, because we've all got this higher self and we've all got this lower self. But the way how to control it is by tapping in every single second, realizing that you got a choice within the present moment, whether to press the destruction button or the build button. Me and Ladycrowne, obviously, we're pressing the build button, not only for self but for others as well. You know what I mean? Every single time we come on this camera, we got an energy behind us, a spirit that's saying, yo, listen, make sure you push out that good energy, baby. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we know, trust me, every single energy we push out there is coming back to us. And a lot of people don't know this. This is why you've got a lot of young cats out there, a lot of youngers out there that are doing darkness, not realizing it's going to come back. It's going to come back. This is why a lot of people are hurting out there. The pain that you inflict on others will come back to you.
It's a boomerang.
Trust me. Boom! Looks in your head like, what? Right?
You're flinging, man. And then gone. 10, 15, 20, 30 years later. Whoosh!
That's how the universe works. This is why I say, learn. Self-educate yourself. Don't listen to what these lot have taught you. They gave you a program. That's more time, creating a lot of destruction for your life.
That's all it has done.
You know what I mean?
Giving you a false sense of reality.
Security,
false sense of security, and then made you feel very, very comfortable living their lie. And now they decided, well, you can no longer continue to live that life, because this fiat currency that we've been, running the system with is coming to an end. So guess what? So are you. So are you. The aeroplane that came down in Nepal Friday, or it might have been Saturday, 72 on board, 68 passengers and 4 crew. Very, very, what can I say? I mean, it's a sad time for those relatives of all those people. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to all those families of the loved ones that perished, because nobody survived. So it was a light aircraft. I think it carries about 70, 100 passengers. It's only a small aircraft, and visibility was great. I mean, there was no mountainous area. It was actually coming into land, and it's a lovely clear day. And from what I could observe, it literally just started to fall. And it's like, I mean, if some explosion or something happened whereby you think, oh my God, or something, the wings just dropped off, or there's been an explosion, or there's something that would bring it down that was obvious to you, that wasn't the case from what I could observe. So I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, what could have caused this crash? I mean, they've got the black box back, but what they give from that black box, I don't know, because remember, whatever information they give you, you just got to that with a pinch of salt, because they never tell you the truth. And I wonder if these pilots have gone through what most pilots sort of went through the last 2 years. Yeah. So I thought I'd just go and check and have a look at what their policies were. And after each procedure, all pilots were grounded for 48 hours, and after that they were cleared to take off again. So, could these pilots or this pilot have had a medical emergency, let's put it that way, that caused that plane? I don't know. But you see, if we never ask the questions, then how are we going to get answers? And if people, want to skirt round and talk about somebody, having a tackle, and that tackle causing the heart to stop, and you actually, believe that, and you don't even question it, then we'll get more of what has been offered to us and been dished out to us over the last, 700-800 years, because we just accept things that in your heart of hearts, your subconscious is saying, nah, something wrong there. You get what I'm saying? Twin Towers, something wrong there. Because that spoke volumes to me. You know what I'm saying? Really spoke volumes to me. One of the catalysts for me to actually start looking at the world that I was living in and question what the hell is going on, because I know what my eyes were looking at, but my subconscious was saying, it's not possible for that to have happened the way that they're saying it happened. And we now know, those of us that, in the truth movement will now know that it didn't happen like that, So this is something that I think I warned about some time ago, that, it's all wonderful wanting to go on holiday and I need to go and get, if you're not pilot the plane yourself, you dip on a plane where say, they ain't had the bam bam boogie, I suggest you keep yours quiet. They got, their G20 meeting in Davos, they call it, don't they? I think it's this week. Do you think them world leaders are getting on flights with pilots who've had the bang bang boogie? Do you really think that? From all accounts I've heard, that they're making sure that they haven't. Because, trust me, it really is Russian roulette. Russian roulette when you're getting on board these flights right about now. Because you'll find out with a pilot get jig-jag. You're not, are you? Trust him. Must be alright. Don't let them fly if there wasn't a problem. Just have a look. Just have a look what's happening around the world. Because now the information's out there for you. So you can use some kind of discernment. You know what I'm saying? And you can do the research for yourself. Is it imperative? Have you got to go? I ain't left this country since, I don't know when, from, I think it's 2016. No, it wasn't, it's 2018. Then after that, obviously, you can see what's happened in the last few years. And I'm like, keep my backside quiet. Yeah, you want to travel? Check out Freedom Airlines. Become a member on Freedom Airlines and have a look at what wonderful work they're doing over there. And how so many pilots are wanting to come and be a part of Freedom Airlines. Check it out. Professor Dolores Carhill is one of the founding members, and she's the one that refused to put on nothing, refused to take nothing, and then all at gunpoint in Germany, 4 or 5 hours, the elder there at gunpoint, and in the end they let the lady go where she's going, because she's a woman standing up in her own right. Not no legal fiction. But when you, unfortunately, when we're passing through these ports, we're already classed as dead. That's why everybody's name's in uppercase, in capitals. So you're a legal fiction. It's not the flesh and blood man or woman that's taken that flight. You're a dead entity. So when anything happened to the plane and you check out, well, you was dead on paper to begin with anyway. That's just one of the trickeries that they use. But if everybody notices that your debit card, your credit card, your passport, it's all in uppercase, that's not you. That's a legal fiction. So just be mindful. I know some people thinking, what I could do with getting away. Go down by Cornwall, some place like that. Some lovely, beautiful places that we can go to right here in the UK. Go with your family. Go to centre parks. You know what I mean? Just go to your local family park. Kick a ball around. You know what I mean? Take a little basket with a picnic. And you know what I mean? I'm telling you, you can just enjoy yourself right where you are until such time as you're in a position to make moves. But then you make moves that are not going to cause you to have any duress, because that's the last thing you want when you're travelling. I don't want to be thinking like that. I actually don't want to have to associate. We're in a pressurised cabin and full of people that's had, I don't know what procedures. I know them spike protein, I don't want it. So I've got to make sure that my travel is done differently, and it will be. Absolutely guaranteed it will be. So yeah, something to think about, folks. Yeah, something to think about. I know that all we're getting through on the news, on adverts now is, jet away for holiday, all of that. It's all hyped up bull crap, because nobody ain't going nowhere. I think it's Southwest Airlines in America. The whole airline was shut down. All of it. People, thousands of flights cancelled. Crazy. For no real explanation, because it wasn't like they got bad weather and it's snow and it's this and it's that. Nothing. So what's happening there? Yeah, I think they're taking precautions because they know that the potential for tragedies to happen in mid-flight are very, very real. Yeah, so just be mindful. And that's it for me.
I just leave it on this, especially with food shortages coming and things like that. Tap into Carbon Cell Compound. Great website out there that sells a lot of alkaline herbs, and these herbs haven't got an expiry date. So yeah, you can use them whenever. You know what I mean? So, and it simulates with your biochemical structure, which is key. And invest in superfoods, because the superfoods is what you really need out here, not what they're giving you. I don't know what that is. Trust me, it's come from a lab, most of it. You know what I mean? So
it's all lab now, isn't it?
It's all labbed off. So you got to tap into the right information. I thought I'd just give you that little website there. But yeah, boy, fresh day. And trust me, we're going to be tapping in after this. Weight training and the right action, and hope you lot are doing that out there as well. Because it will give you satisfaction, baby. Trust me, it's not no joke out here. And yeah, it's a flip, no rehearsal, no script, no acting going on. That's what we're dealing with out here. And yeah, everything's hidden in plain sight. All you gotta do is tap into the right frequency, and that's love, baby. Oh yeah, and you'll be guided. Trust me. And yeah, keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals, because we're there with ya.
Spiritually.
You don't know.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Peace.
Peace and blessings, folks. Have a blessed day.